Welcome back to Beyond Legacy.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, it's been such a journey.
Yes.
Episode 8.
8.
Can you believe it?
Man, we have been doing 8
episodes.
Up to 8.
And it's exciting, and it really is. And I mean, this season just kind of has taken us on a journey. We've experienced some gains and some losses, and we're at the end of the year. We've gone through Thanksgiving, and we've gone through Christmas. We're coming up on New Year's, and so as we talk, about just who we are and our purpose of building legacy and expounding on legacy and inviting you into our conversation about legacy. As you can see, we have hats that are going to be available soon. It has been a journey, and with the holidays, what have we experienced over the holidays that, as we are walking through this conversation, just kind of made us more aware of some of the things. And I know you got some new things. I mean, you talk about your brother, your daughter, and then even the loss of your nephew. All of that has changed the holidays for you guys.
One of my words have been over the last few years is shifting. Mm-hmm. And so things sort of shift this holiday season of, like you said, ups, downs, goods, bads. Mm-hmm. Some things have shifted on how we celebrated, things that have impacted it. My nephew passed away right before Thanksgiving, and that just shifted how we did Thanksgiving.
Right.
It affected my sister. I'm usually going down there and spending it with them, but, grief is so hard.
I'm imagine.
We're walking through this thing day by day. But anyway, we have to shift how we're gonna do it. It was the first year in a long time that my daughter and my brother were with me, and we got up and we were cooking. And so since my family is dispersed, we have people in Atlanta, people in Louisiana, and and so what we do a lot is, what you cooking? Mm-hmm. What you cooking? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, what you do? And my brothers they go, oh, you know what you're doing, and try to figure out, do you know what you put in here? Or add this to it. And so we compared meals on what we prepared here in California, what my sister had where she was, what my brother and my mom had, and what my sister-in-law, my brother in Atlanta, what they cooked for the night before, and all of those things. So we did some comparison, food, take pictures, and we have a family group chat. And so, but shifting happened. It is my desire, though, that one day we would all be together.
Oh, wow.
All families be together on Thanksgiving.
How would that
My desire
happen?
would be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Haven't figured it out yet.
It's you have to start planning now for if it's going to happen next year. You're going to have to start putting that out there in the atmosphere and with your families and start, hey guys, if we're all going to, if they're going to fly here, or if you guys are going to fly there,
what's easier,
what's the best?
I just remember that all holidays used to be spent at my grandmother's house. Mm-hmm. And when we were in California, we would get into the station wagon, and my mom, we would drive to Louisiana just so we would be here at least on Thanksgiving, and we've even done it on Christmas. And I so miss that whole family getting together. And of course, it always happens. And we talked about this in episode, dynamics change. You have to do new things, and you have to actually do it differently. And so that's kind of where we are. So my brother's kids are grown, right? So, and they're dispersed. And so we have to figure out how to come together. But it is my desire. And I thought about it the other day. So I was like, okay, we have to start, like you said, now saying, okay, for this Thanksgiving.
Right.
My mother turned 80 this year.
Wow.
Which was a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Because everybody don't make it to 80.
No, ma'am.
So she turned 80.
And she in her right mind.
Girl.
She will tell you a thing or two.
Right there. I told her, I said, just you 80, people think you 60. And you try to act like you 60, but it's catching up with you. And so she turned 80. And so for 81, I think we'd like to have that I'd like to have that full
Yeah.
experience of everybody being there. Used to go to Bayou Classic together, which is Southern playing Grambling, and we'd have that whole 4-day weekend
Yeah.
to spend. And I think that's a good time rather than Christmas, because sometimes Christmas is one day and people are back to work the next day. But Thanksgiving gives you that Thursday and that Friday into that weekend. So you get that 4-day window, and so that's what I desire. But
and as your mom's getting older, I think she would appreciate that a little bit more. And even for you guys thinking about, okay, mom's getting older and we can sacrifice, because it is a sacrifice at times to come together, but you can't get that time back. I even think about your nephew, right? The time that you were able to spend with your nephew, no one's going to be able to erase that time away from you. You can't, and so, and unfortunately he's not here, but you have that time with him. And so really just being able to, have that perspective of time's invaluable.
It is.
And we can't get it back.
And everything we do, we have to recognize that the time spent, the last hour is gone, the last minute's gone, and you can't get it back. And so the people that we know and love, that we need to begin to see that their value and their importance in our life and the role they play in our life is important. And the holidays is a huge time, is a big time to really show that, express that, and people are coming together and, all of these things. And you sort of relax a little bit, and, you can deal with the uncle that,
it's crazy,
whatever you do, or the, the cousin that do whatever. But you see them that one time a year, and I think we need to get back to getting together as families. I hear it a lot in people's conversation that getting together, getting back together and as one big unit is what we need to start doing, and so that's kind of what the holidays shifting would do and should do for us.
Yeah. For us, I mean, similar. The holidays is really big. Or was really big in our family. My mom just made sure we were together. And I remember going through a season where I didn't want to be with my family. Like, nah, I'm going to my friend's house. I'm going over here. We hanging out over there.
This friend, that friend.
Like, you guys do. When I moved out, that's exactly what I did, because I could say that, right? I'm gonna stop over here. I'm gonna stop over here, and then I'll be over there. But then my parents had moved in with me, and I felt awkward and weird saying, I'm gonna go over so and so. So it kind of forced me to go get back with my family. But it was just that holidays are huge, and we always spent it together, even if our what do you call them, external family didn't come. My immediate family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my daughter, we stayed, your extended family, we stayed together, and we did stuff together. It was just kind of like that's just what we did, right?
I mean, it's what Beyond Legacy is. It's beyond you, and it's a legacy that you're leaving and showing, so that we could even regurgitate. Like, I can remember how holidays used to be at my grandmother's. You can remember how holidays used to be when we were all together. And those are legacy things that our kids, when they're younger, they're watching. They may not know or what you're doing, but it's time to start explaining these things to our kids. Not just doing them, but explaining why, so that they don't have, like, I don't want to go with my family.
Right.
There's a reason why.
I'm going to tell you, Samar, from the beginning, she was very in tune with tradition. She would say, Gigi, this is tradition. We need to start doing this because this is tradition. And to that point, how important it is to have your grandparents so involved in your children's life. This Thanksgiving, my grandfather is sick, and so my mom wanted to make sure that it was a point that we go see him. Now, I love my grandparents to death, but sometimes you're just not trying to go over there. But I knew, and in my heart, I knew my mom needed this, and that I wanted to not think about myself. And so, because I am the one that will lounge in her pajamas and sit up and watch TV and eat all the leftovers and take a nap and wake up and eat another I'm that one.
I'm the one that really loves traditions, love getting together with family, love all the different conversations where we end up in pockets around the house, and love. And even when we lived here, I'm probably one of the ones, there's three of us here and everybody's back in Louisiana. I'm probably one of the ones that probably always went home for a holiday. And when I used to go home, I always vision, even today, when I go to my grandmother's house, I can see her walking down the stairs as I'm walking into the house, because food is on the table. Actually not on the table, but food was prepped last night, and things are pretty much done, and you walk into the smell.
Yeah.
And so one of my things is, on the holidays, I must have the smell of dressing. I must have that smell.
Not stuffing.
Not stuffing.
Dressing.
What's stuffing? Dressing.
Dressing.
I must have. There is a smell that goes throughout the house. You know, it's holiday time when you get ready to eat good, because the dressing. Turkey has a smell.
Yeah.
The dressing used to permeate the house, and of course anything baked, because I can't bake.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things when I get up in the morning, and really is that Trinity seasoning that happens, and it starts permeating the house. But that's one of my things. Is like the house needs to smell like food for Thanksgiving, not just nothing. And so that's what I like to do, and have that and share
Mine's
that.
is greens. I love the smell of greens. When the greens is cooking, I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, here they are.
Now there's these newfangled ways to cook things and adapt. There's another shifting is like Instapots or pressure cookers. Now, greens used to cook all day, and you used to clean them, and you still go through the cleaning process, but now they're not on top of the stove. No. Now you can do this convection thing and leave them alone and fix them and everything. We didn't do that.
We didn't do it
We cooked them the regular way.
We did
but
too.
There's all these newfangled shifting that people are doing with stuff. Like, now you could go in the store and buy season already cut up. I have to cut up season. My mom be like, "Oh, you cutting them too big.
Yeah,
you cutting them too small, right? Or you taking peel a potato. You taking too much of my potato. This is the skin. And you used to have a knife. You didn't have like a potato.
Right.
So all of those things. What do you guys do? What do you guys have to shift and learn and do for the holidays that wasn't tradition or is tradition, and now you want to actually move forward and make that your legacy and teach? And did you even have sessions where you taught the younger generation anything, how to make a dish, how to bake a cake, any stories or anything that, how we wake up on Thanksgiving morning, how we wake up on Christmas, that, one of the things is like we used to go and I was raised Catholic, I'm not Catholic anymore, but at midnight we go to midnight mass, and when we came back from midnight mass, we got to open our one present.
Yep.
And so that was one of the things we used to do. And so these are the things we're trying to get you guys to start thinking about. Start putting those things back in place in your family's lives, because it is so important that you groom them to family.
And even if you do them, just seeing them from a different perspective of a value. I mean, I think sometimes we get weary, right, in doing the same thing over and over and over again. But if you continue to do it, just have a new, energized view of why you do these things. This year for Thanksgiving, I actually was in the kitchen with my mom, and I cooked. Normally I'm not. I'm like, I'll taste it, but I ain't trying to be in there cooking.
You was the taster.
Yeah, I was the taster. I was in every setting.
I need a little bit more salt.
But I was actually in the kitchen with my mom this year, and that was a great experience, and helping her and talking to her and just going through, just the process. And even for Christmas, one of our traditions is that we read the Bible story, the Christmas story of Jesus' birth. And I'm telling you, I see myself, because I laugh, because my mom be like, all right, everybody grab your Bible, and we'd be like, we know the story.
Well then, you're excited then. You know so much.
But again, it's things that is passed on. My daughter knows, that, okay, we're going to read the Bible story. We're going to reverence Jesus and his birth and just all of that he's done. And then we're going to give you the gifts. But just don't think that this day is about the gift giving for you.
It has purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we don't understand the purpose, we'll allow social media, we'll allow the news and the whatever the Hollywood to devalue the things that our grandparents and parents have taught us value of. They change the names and they want to take
holiday season, happy holidays.
Take Christ out of Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. Okay, and so those are the things that be steadfast in doing them. Be intentional about doing them, and so because it will last. We talked to a lady who said, I have all of my mom's recipes and everything, right? And I have my niece and and we're all together. And one of the things that even like came to mind, she said, I got my master's degree so that my nieces and my children would see that even at age 60, we can do it.
Right.
And I did the same thing when I got my master's. I wanted to show my daughter that even at, I think I was 45, to see, she was graduating high school and I was graduating my master's degree, and I wanted her to see that it doesn't stop right there.
Right.
Continue on no matter what. And so we got to have a graduation picture together, both of us in our cap and gown.
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of things. So they get to see, no matter what age you are, that you're still persevering, that you're still creative. And so we're thinking, all the crafting that we do. And my sister is doing resin is a new thing these days, and resin bulbs and stuff. And so teaching my niece, my great nieces and nephews, all of those things. And so it's all of that.
It is just amazing, and like I said, it's a new perspective in just having these conversations and not getting weary in well doing and creating things and knowing that your children are watching you and the value that the grandparents have. I'm so grateful for my parents and the relationship with my daughter, and that she and her great grandparents, my grandparents, right? I mean, there's a value that happens, and she went with us to go visit my grandfather, and my grandmother, and all of those things. And so there's so much that we have to, set aside. And one of the things that I was talking to my brother about was, it's no longer about me and I. It is about the family. It is about the community. What are we doing? Right. Personally and collectively, what are we doing to advance the family? How are we doing something that is going to better our family and leave a legacy?
And don't devalue the family, no matter the dynamics.
Yeah.
It's valuable. It's a community.
Yes.
Like we talked about, it's a community. The family is a community.
Yes.
It brings in internal, the close ones, and external. And so then you have other communities. But during this season, this Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's season, it is that time. It is that respite time to get together or come together and relax and chill and eat turkey and eat whatever else you do best and have that time. But then at the same time, value grandma and what she does in the kitchen. Value auntie who has the special recipe and show them that, man, sit with them. Some of them like to cook, and it doesn't matter who wants to do it. Let that person come to the table and learn.
And give
I always say, you got to learn how to make your favorite dish. No matter what. You need to learn how to do that, because in tough times, you're going to
want it.
You're going to want, I need to make how to make macaroni and cheese. You need to know how to make that. The way your mama make it.
And it's a part of giving the elders their flowers while they're alive, right?
I agree.
Giving them their time while they're alive as we get older, and really just appreciating those that have done way more, for us. So I would love to hear about some of your stories that has happened over Thanksgiving and Christmas break, some of the family gatherings. Oh, let me tell you, every year we do a gumbo family, a Christmas gumbo
Yes.
party with our family.
Right.
And it is fun and exciting. All the cousins come together.
Can I be a part? I'll be the taster.
Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna be a taster. I
Let's
gotta
go.
make gumbo. But since y'all want to do gumbo,
Yeah.
let me be the taster since I'm from
I
Louisiana.
remember
I want
this
to come and do that.
from since I was a little girl, we would go to my mom's aunt's house, Aunt Vicky. She's no longer with us, but we would go to Aunt Vicky's house because she would make gumbo, and all the family would come over, and the kids would be running around. So
Yeah.
my family, they do things for almost every holiday. Now, I'm not going every holiday, but those are some special moments though that I remember.
Yeah.
My Aunt Vicky was an Avon representative, so every time we would go see her, she would give me a bag full of Avon. Those are memories that we have.
Well, what the new one you guys did in pajamas.
Yes.
That's a new thing.
Yes.
Right? Everybody's
Yes.
putting on light pajamas. And
yes.
different ones.
Since we were little,
And
my
I had
mom.
to create one for y'all one year. I'm like, oh my God. I'm learning my
And that was
craft.
special because I
Yeah.
wanted to do something special. Because my
Yeah.
mom, every year on Christmas Eve, she would give us pajamas. And we knew it. We knew it, when we were kids. That was our one gift that we could open
Right.
on Christmas
Right.
Eve. We would go to sleep in our pajamas. We would wake up and we were all in our pajamas alike. But that has been something. And she does it to this day. We are grown. And she still.
But now
what
it's
kind
a
of
trend,
pajamas?
though.
Oh, yeah.
It's a trend.
Oh, yeah.
Other people are doing that. Now it's into the onesies
Yes.
and all of that. So
Yeah.
It's interesting. So it'll be great to hear
Yes.
from you guys as
Absolutely.
to what kind of things like that are you doing for your family from the little ones on up.
On up.
You
So
know.
please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Yes.
Please leave comments in the comment section. Let
Yes.
us know. Share your stories.
Yes.
What fun things you've had. What craziness has
Right.
happened. What things that you brought new to the table. We went to a store. And the ladies in there were talking about going to a Friendsgiving.
Right. Right.
Girl, we was like, why are you trying something new on
Right.
Thanksgiving?
Right. She showed them.
She was like,
You
this
know
is
who
not it.
can't cook and who can't cook. And so you guys work with that
Yeah.
though. Either teach the ones that can't cook to help them beef up their skills.
Yeah.
Or just say, honey, don't take I got that dish.
I got that. I got that.
that dish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so please share your stories. We would love
Yes.
to hear it. Merch is coming soon. We
Yes.
enjoy you guys. Until next time.